Hi, I'm Ryan, a passionate traveler exploring one country each week. This time, I landed in Tokyo, Japan. Narita International Airport was my starting point, and everything seemed incredibly efficient. After a smooth process through immigration, I boarded the Narita Express train heading to central Tokyo. Gazing out the window, I saw a mix of traditional houses and modern high rises that made me even more excited about the week ahead. My first stop was Shibuya Crossing, a famous and bustling intersection. Watching hundreds of people crossing at once was like watching a perfectly choreographed scene in a movie. I couldn't resist capturing it on camera. Feeling hungry, I ventured into a ramen shop tucked in an alley. The chef greeted me warmly, and soon I was slurping a steaming bowl of tonkatsu ramen. Its creamy broth and tender noodles were heavenly. After dinner, I walked through the streets of Shibuya, marveling at the neon lights and trendy stores. Japan's blend of tradition and modernity was already showing itself, and I couldn't wait to explore more. Back at my hotel, I reflected on the vibrant energy of Tokyo and planned for the adventures awaiting me in the coming days. On my second day, I started early, heading to Asakusa, one of Tokyo's historic districts. As soon as I arrived, I was greeted by the majestic Kaminaraman Gate, with its iconic red lantern welcoming visitors to the Sensoji Temple. Walking along Nakamai Street, I felt immersed in Japanese tradition. The street was lined with shops selling souvenirs like folding fans, samurai figurines, and sweets. I couldn't resist trying freshly made melon pan, a sweet bread with a crunchy top. Sensoji Temple was breathtaking. The temple grounds were filled with people praying and taking pictures. I participated in the tradition of drawing an omikuji, or fortune slip, which promised good luck for my travels. After spending a peaceful morning there, I shifted gears and headed to Akihabara. Akihabara is known as the hub of electronics and anime culture. Bright billboards and electronic stores dominated the streets. I stepped into a multi-story store filled with gadgets, games, and anime merchandise. I even visited a themed cafe where staff dressed as characters from popular anime. It was a stark contrast to the calm morning at Asakusa, but equally enjoyable. For a change of pace, I took a day trip to Nikko, a charming town a couple of hours north of Tokyo. The train ride offered scenic views of mountains and forests, setting the tone for the day. My first destination was the Toshoga Shrine, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This shrine is famous for its intricate carvings and vibrant decorations. Every corner seemed like a masterpiece, from the three wise monkeys carving to the golden Yomimin Gate. After exploring the shrine, I wandered through the nearby forest trails. It was autumn, and the leaves had turned shades of red and orange, creating a picturesque scene. I made my way to Kagon Falls, a towering waterfall surrounded by nature's beauty. The sound of the water and the cool breeze felt refreshing after days in the city. For lunch, I stopped at a local restaurant and tried yuba, a delicacy made from tofu skin. It was light yet flavorful, pairing perfectly with a bowl of rice. Nikko offered a tranquil escape from Tokyo's buzz, and I left feeling rejuvenated and connected to nature. My next destination was Kyoto, a city renowned for preserving Japan's ancient culture. I took the Shinkansen, or bullet train, from Tokyo. The journey was fast and smooth, and I arrived in Kyoto by mid-morning. My first stop was the Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine, famous for its endless rows of orange torii gates. Walking through these gates felt magical, as if stepping into another world. Next, I visited the Arashima Bamboo Grove, a serene forest of towering bamboo stalks. The sunlight filtering through the green canopy created a calming ambience. After taking a peaceful stroll, I visited the nearby Togetsukyo Bridge, an iconic spot with beautiful views of the river and mountains. Dinner that evening was a highlight of my trip, a traditional kaiseki meal. Each dish was a small work of art, beautifully plated and bursting with delicate flavors. From sashimi to grilled fish, every bite showcased the meticulous care Japanese chefs put into their craft. Kyoto's timeless beauty and refined culture left a lasting impression on me. On the fifth day, I visited Nara, just a short train ride from Kyoto. Nara is famous for its sacred deer that roam freely in Nara Park. As I entered the park, I was greeted by dozens of deer, some bowing politely in anticipation of a treat. I bought deer crackers from a vendor and fed them. It was an adorable and unforgettable experience. I also explored Todaiji Temple, one of Japan's most significant Buddhist temples. Inside, I saw the Great Buddha, a towering bronze statue that filled me with awe. The sheer size and craftsmanship were incredible. Around the temple, there were smaller statues and serene gardens, perfect for wandering and reflecting. For lunch, I tried kakenoha sushi, sushi wrapped in persimmon leaves. The slight hint of the leaf's flavor added a unique twist to the sushi. Nara offered a perfect mix of cultural history and natural beauty, and the deer added a playful touch to the day. My next stop was Osaka, a city famous for its food and lively atmosphere. I started my day at Dotonbori, a bustling district lined with restaurants, street food stalls, and vibrant billboards. I tried takoyaki, delicious octopus-filled balls, and okonomiyaki, a savory pancake loaded with toppings. Both were absolutely mouth-watering. In the afternoon, I visited Osaka Castle, a majestic structure surrounded by gardens and moats. The castle's museum offered fascinating insights into Japan's history, and the view from the top floor was spectacular. In the evening, I explored Universal Studios Japan, where I indulged my inner child on rides based on popular movies. The wizarding world of Harry Potter was especially magical, with its detailed recreation of Hogsmeade. Osaka was energetic, flavorful, and full of surprises, a city that truly knows how to have fun. To wrap up my journey, I visited Hakone, a picturesque region near Mount Fuji. I stayed at a ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn, where I experienced onsen bathing. Soaking in the hot springs while gazing at Mount Fuji was the perfect way to unwind after a week of adventure. I also took a ride on the Hakone Ropeway, which offered breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. The sight of Lake Ashi with Mount Fuji in the background was postcard perfect. For lunch, I enjoyed hodo, a hearty noodle soup perfect for the chilly weather. Hakone was a serene and fitting end to my Japanese adventure. As I packed my bags, I felt a deep appreciation for Japan's culture, hospitality, and natural beauty. It's a trip I'll cherish forever. As I boarded my flight back home, I reflected on everything I had experienced in Japan. From the bustling streets of Tokyo to the serene temples of Kyoto, every moment was unforgettable. Japan's blend of tradition and modernity, coupled with its warm hospitality and delicious food, made this trip truly special. I can't wait to return someday and discover even more of this incredible country. Until then, it's time to plan my next adventure.